I realize now that you said it.
Yep.
I've actually never asked this out loud to anybody. But let me try to form this thought is, as you just kind of ran past this thought is, I'm a designer, but I no longer design.
I have lots of thoughts there, which I think is okay.
Yeah, you can start anywhere. I just find that very interesting because like ultimately, you might not be moving pixels, but even though you're this high up, you're still a designer.
Yeah, absolutely. So I agree with you. There's a couple of different ways to unpack that. I don't think that consulting and design are the same thing, but that's only, I don't know, I'll be able to like work through that. I didn't know about design thinking until I joined Deloitte as a management consultant.
Right.
I had never heard of it before. I had formally trained designer. I had done interior architecture, interior design, my master's in social design. I had never heard of it. I also hadn't heard of human-centered design. And so I don't know if that makes me like a complete fraud or like that just means I was doing the process of building, looking for, iterating, trying to find something, being passionate about fixing broken systems. My perspective on design, and I would hope that my daughter hopefully goes into an architecture education, but never works in architecture because learning that way of thinking is really intense because you're just basically constantly having to refine your idea and build a cool thing and convince people that it's a good idea. It doesn't make you a really good like end user research designer, but it does help you refine your own perspective, helps you build something, like bring something into the world, have confidence with that idea. But design thinking is just a mechanism to describe that in a linear process that is never actually linear. The best designers I know have thoughtfulness in every part of their life. When I see people who claim participation in boot camps as a credential building tool, or they have a design thinking course they took, I usually get nervous because I don't know if I think that they're living and breathing a conscientiousness around experience. So really great designers that I know, really successful ones that are also good designers in their careers, are aware of every moment. I have a wonderful friend who has the privilege of having bought a cottage during a downturn. So she's fixing it up. But when you go to her cottage, she has a brand for her cottage and an experience and a package. She has swag and merchandise, and she has she has a level of toiletry kit specific to each of the people that might stay there. This is not high end. We are staying on her couch. My mistake. She's going to watch this and feel maybe attacked. But and she's put our names on it, and it's that level of curation and interest in making someone feel special and understood is great design. And that's when I'm looking for team members. I'm looking for people who understand that it's kind of a way of life, which makes me feel very exclusionary. But when I see people apply to positions and they look at design as a job, I know they're not going to be that good because they're going to just apply it to this one thing. They're going to be very literal. They're going to look for a brief, and they're not going to look for the edges of making it great all around. And so consulting and design don't always have that same level of passion. Maybe. Is that allowed to say? Do you agree? I don't know. Because I was brought into a management consulting firm to help them see all of the other variables that a designer might attack the same type of opportunity. And I see the effects of that 10 years later in the metaphors that they use for their points of view, the way that they use visuals, the way that they're talking about orthodoxy flipping now. It's kind of common language for the marketing that I see in the market. And we've had an impact on that. They've dismantled all of their acquisitions and they've put those team members in other ways, but you can feel it, that level of power of storytelling.